Grace and You Cooking Show segment is brought to you by Grace Kennedy Belize Limited, bringing good taste to life.
And welcome back, and of course we're prepared now for another segment of Grace and You. And in the kitchen today we have Lois and we also have Miss Arana, which means that we're definitely preparing for November 19th, and we're going to do some Garifuna cuisine. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, William.
Now let's talk about what we'll be cooking today, Miss Arana.
We are going to do Bimakakule. That is sweet rice.
Bimakakule.
Bimakakule.
Okay. I will get it right before the day is over.
Yes.
Now, sweet rice. And how is this done? Is it a dessert? Is it something that you consume as a regular part of a meal, or?
It can be used as a dessert and as a part of the meal.
All right.
Because when we have 9 nights,
okay,
that we serve Bimakakule.
All right. So, where do we start?
Well, these are the ingredients we have. We have rice. We use brown sugar, grace, condensed milk, grace, coconut milk, sugar that is melted and so that it can give the Bimakakule some color. We use ginger, grace cinnamon essence, and grace nutmeg essence. These are all the ingredients, and a pinch of salt.
All right.
These are all the ingredients
we can start?
We can.
Sure. So, the first thing that we do is actually put the Grace coconut
milk in.
Mm-hmm. And that's a can or 2 cups, more or less, right?
More or less. And then we add water.
How much water are we going to add?
It's 1.5 cups of water.
Okay.
So that we can dilute the milk.
Okay.
Then we add the coloring.
All right.
This is to give it the color.
And that has in the sugar and the essence?
Melted sugar?
No. Just a little melted sugar.
Okay.
Just to give it the color.
So you want it a nice brown, caramel kind of color?
Some people don't use the color, but I love it with the color.
Okay. So that makes it
more
appealing to the eyes.
You'll help me stir?
Of course.
Okay. The Grace condensed milk.
Okay. And it's 1 can you add?
Yes, 1 can.
And then you add how much sugar?
Then we add like a pound of sugar. 1 pound of sugar to that coconut.
Okay.
But we are not using the pound now because, let's say half pound.
Okay.
Because we are not doing a big amount.
Okay, so it's based on the
amount of rice that you cook.
Okay.
Then we add our vanilla.
A little vanilla.
A little bit of vanilla. Excuse me.
A teaspoon? Tablespoon?
A teaspoon of vanilla.
Okay.
Essence. Benjamin vanilla from Grace Kennedy. Half a teaspoon of the cinnamon. Essence. Half a teaspoon. You're smelling it?
Yeah, it's smelling good already.
Half a teaspoon of the nutmeg. Then we add the pinch of salt.
Okay. Some salt.
To bring up the taste.
Flavor, yeah.
To bring up the flavor. When you make anything sweet, it's good to add a little bit of salt. That brings up the flavor. Now, compile it. We could add the rice already.
Okay. So now this is, and we leave this to boil.
Yes, we leave this to boil. And when it's coming to a boil, we add the rice.
Now, is the rice cooked or uncooked rice?
Uncooked. We soak the rice. You soak the rice for an hour before.
Okay.
Yeah.
And does that make it swell
Uh-huh.
more?
That make it swell more.
All right. So
That's why we soak it so that it can swell. It's almost like rice pudding, you know. Only that you don't bake it.
Okay. But could you bake it if you wanted? You could still make this concoction and...
You'd have to add more liquid.
Okay.
It takes a lot of liquid for the banana rice pudding.
It smells almost like custard. That's the way it smells to me. And so we'd leave this to boil.
To boil.
And then we'd put in the...
rice.
all right.
And
So
then you stir constantly.
to make sure...
that it doesn't stick. It doesn't burn and it doesn't come hardy. Come
Okay.
as soft.
Or lumpy, right?
Yeah.
Now, so how long does this entire process take you?
It's about an hour.
Okay.
Hour to an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's a lot of stirring.
You don't stir, you stop and you stir again, you stop and you stir again.
Okay. Now, of course, with the magic of television, we don't have to cook it for an entire hour.
Sure.
So we have some prepared portions
Yes.
for you.
Yes.
Now, bimekakule.
Bimekakule. Bimekakule.
All right, it's like bimekakule. I'll get it.
You have it.
Now, this is you mentioned about nights.
Yes,
And
yes.
is it usually associated
It's a-
more with that?
It's a tradition.
Okay.
When we have 9 nights, the last night, we have bimekakule. And sometimes we serve it with black beans. To the side,
Uh-huh.
some people eat with it fried fish too. Sweet with fried fish. But some people do love it.
So it's
that
a bit
way.
sweet and salty.
Yes. Some of the Garifuna community doesn't serve it with beans. But we in Barranco, we serve it with beans.
Now, when you serve it with the beans, it's stew beans like you normally do.
Stew black beans. Usually it's black beans.
But-
Since it's for death, we use that.
All right. See, I learned something major
Yes.
today. I didn't know bimekakule.
Kule.
All right,
you get it.
I get it. It's the U, that that gutter. Well, let's look at it now and serve up.
This is the finished product.
And this is how it looks. It looks like rice pudding indeed.
Yeah.
And then with the color,
Yes.
it looks really good.
Yes.
And it smells good too.
It's nice dessert.
So here we have it. Bimekakule. Close.
Here we have the bimekakule
Would you like to
ready. Maybe you can
And
give it a taste.
do you normally serve anything on it like how people like condensed milk, the brown condensed milk
If you
or
want
whatever?
to, you can.
Or,
Maybe a sherry, you put it on top.
oh, all right. And of course, we want to thank you, Miss Arana, for that. And Louis,
Yes.
we know that this time of year also we have the celebrations down south. Any kind of special drinks or anything else that could go nicely with bimekakule?
Yes.
All right.
Right now we have 2 new flavors of yus, the yus by Toque that we bring in grenadilla and the passion fruit, Spanish maracuya. They're very tropical flavors. They're very, they're very nice.
So you can try some other flavors. How many flavors of yus you have now?
I believe it's about 19 flavors.
Wow. Didn't know that.
Yeah, we have quite a bit. Yes. So
I'm wondering now if you couldn't add some yus in here to give it a little bit more flavor.
Maybe.
Well, we'll experiment with that one.
Yeah.
Since this is boiling up now, and I'll just stir to make sure that it doesn't boil over, and then we have the rice. So we'll continue cooking here, but definitely we want you. Let me just take it off just a little. I
okay.
know.
There we go.
All right. And we're going to continue cooking here. But for now, we're going to take a sample. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back very shortly to do our wrap for today. Don't go anywhere. This has been another segment of Grace and You within Open Your Eyes. We'll be right back after these messages.
Grace and You Cooking Show segment was brought to you by Grace Kennedy Belize Limited, bringing good taste to life.
Oh, how I love Grace. First, they gave me Grace evaporated milk to make my pastries and put in my tea. Now, I get Grace condensed milk to put in my coffee, to make my bread pudding, my custard raisin pie, my rice pudding.
Grace Condensed Milk, another great product brought to you by Grace Kennedy Belize Limited. Quality nutrition from generation to generation.
Bringing good